Friends of books, friends of mine, good guys. Met them about 3 months ago in terms of outlining what we should do in terms of truly promoting more readers of books. And I'm really happy that we are here for the second session. The first was with Ravi Venkatesan at the India Habitat Center. Today is with Arun. So in today's conversation, we'll talk about democracy. We'll talk about GDP. We'll talk about corporate life. And finally, Arun's advice to individuals. What can we do? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So Arun, thank you for being here. The first question on democracy is, you've written a lot about it. What in your mind is an ideal democracy, and what in your mind is a workable democracy?
Thank you. Everywhere when people describe what the democratic government is supposed to do or what a democratic government is supposed to be, it is government of the people, for the people, by the people. It's a universal thing, whether it's the US or in Europe or here for us. Another description of what a democratic country would be like was with the French Revolution: liberty, equality, and fraternity. In our constitution too, we did start with liberty, equality, and originally, before the final constitution was in place, justice. It was liberty, equality, and justice. For democracy, move to the center and to the right. I would say the right also needs to be here. It is about actually in democracy having the ambition to have substantial equality. It's not equality of wealth or income, but feeling that I'm equal in a society, which is, I think, what Ambedkar ji said when he said we must have justice into the constitution. Justice means there's a historical injustice to some people that they don't have the same opportunities. Even if you say the opportunities are equally available, but I don't have the same access to opportunities. I'm not even allowed to be considered for those opportunities. This is our caste system. So he did put justice there. But then he himself, before the final constitution, insisted that it be liberty, equality, justice, and fraternity. Because he said we cannot be one unless we treat each other as one. And for India, this is particularly important because we have so much diversity historically, now geographically, religions, languages, cultures within the country. So unless we listen to people who appear very different to us and have had different histories, different cultures than ours, and therefore might think differently to us, unless we can listen with respect to who the other people are, why they believe what they do, why they think what they do, we are not living as a fraternity. We cannot survive as a country. But I'm coming to the workable part. To make a democracy work, we have to make it work. We can't rely on the courts to say, sort it out between us. We got, in our country, disputes right now whether man and woman only should be considered as a partner in marriage, or people who are different sexual orientation can also be given equal legal status when they are married. This is a matter which can't be adjudicated. We have to feel it. We have to feel it's a personal law matter, as they do say. Examples of democracy which aren't working are the United States. People are so divided, getting worse. You're either born a Republican or you're born a Democrat, and in the same family, you can be Republican and Democrat and never talk to each other thereafter. Come to our country, is it working ideally? All of us, I feel, we could be better. Where is it working? When I was in the Planning Commission, I became officially concerned that we could not progress in improving jobs, livelihoods, education, health, unless we worked as a community, because public health, education of poor people, it is our responsibility collectively. And similarly, enabling women to earn respectably, we have to change the norms and accept them. So this unless we could be solving some basic differences amongst ourselves, we would not be this inclusive country in economic terms also. Started looking around that, many countries are advancing much faster than we are on matters of everyone gets education, everyone has public health. There seems to be less violence in those societies. Scandinavian countries come up. What is democracy there? How does democracy work? It could be a monarchy like Bhutan. Doesn't matter. It's the quality of the conversations we found inside. So I did ask my friends, ambassadors from Sweden and Norway or Denmark, can you tell me how you make democracy work? So they would again tell me the constitution and so on, which ours is the same. So I said, no, it is that. They said, but that, I don't know how we learnt it. We just become it. But I did find Shiv. I asked them, but you must be then keeping an eye on this. Someone that, are the qualities of conversations in communities getting troubled? Is there trust among citizens? If you are responsible for that, democracy, then surely as a government you should be checking in how things are. And in Sweden, found that they'd done a survey and that they were doing this every 3 or 4 years, 5 years, where the government was organizing in every local locality, city, village, asking citizens questions about, do you feel that you are listened to? Do you feel the local government person listens to you? Do you feel that your neighbor understands you? This was the survey. And then this is a qualitative thing. So there will be focus groups then discussing, why is it not so? How could we improve it? So they were building democracy through processes of participation of citizens.